A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not in the year. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all VVs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I reign.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental with the...
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and our home team. Just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
trust, mean taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog, pretty leash. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when me ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Them I see any. Me, I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful the people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cutscene, but on my pockets, me need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but become me.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and our home team. Strap in, this will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. The Chiefs at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they return home after playing in London last week, but a happy trip back across the pond as they come home a winner.
And you're exactly right about that, because, look, when you lose over there, that flight is really, really long, but not half as bad as when you come home with a victory. Excited about what lies ahead.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw, it's Mahomes. He finds Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Bishop. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 4th down, Bishop. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, Charles, he's still a young... this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes. surprised because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Bishop. And a quick throw here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Raiders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
14, Chiefs nothing.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to. Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They'll go with a keeper. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Jacobs will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at their defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. 106 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield, hit you little people.
Good run there. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Looking to throw on second down. Bishop. Under pressure, they got him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween, and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Hey, 43, 43, 15. Yellow. Yellow.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Oh, open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Take it in left side, it's Wilson. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes rolling to his right. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Hands it off out of the gun. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and 6. Mahomes now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Wilson's got it complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. To the right side, it's Kelsey. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Throwing to start the drive. Bishop escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Bishop. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Block it in motion right. To throw on second down, Bishop. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 104th career touchdown. One shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Chiefs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On second down, Jacobs. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, looking for Warner, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Chiefs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And that will get target and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Touchdown! Robbie Anderson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Mahomes will throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Back to throw. Bishop. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this. Back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Bishop. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. T.J. Watt bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Bishop. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll take this close to a 1st down at the Chiefs' 33. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. From the gun on 3rd down, Bishop. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 4th down, Bishop. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mahomes going to throw. And the Raiders have got him. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
On 1st down, Bishop. Got a man. It's Collins complete. Finding room at midfield. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 135 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Bishop. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there, making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bishop. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Bishop. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On 4th down, Bishop. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Well, the feel that I get on this
is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Sam Williams bringing him down that time.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Las Vegas, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.
Sound like some superhero. Some black superheroes. Oh, yeah. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
You need a bro like me. Military mind stated, and I keep in a degree. You can label me a Huey P. Made a martyr out of Martin, out of Malcolm, out of Mega. I refuse to let these dirty devils make Michael a beggar. A hero CEO, I will go Magneto.